Howdy YouTubers, it's Dasgregor. It's been a couple of weeks since I did a video and thought I'd sit down and do one for you. You know that old saying about good intentions? I've been trying to be a little bit more regular about doing some videos, but I haven't been doing a very good job. I'm sorry. It's just been really busy right now. Things are getting pretty warm out here in Arizona. We're up to in the 90s this week. I think we skipped spring altogether, even though it supposedly is still winter for a few more days. But we've seemed to go from about the 60s and low 70s all of a sudden straight into the 90s. It's throwing everybody off kilter. Actually, you had to turn on the air conditioning the other day. It was about 90 in the house, and that's just too uncomfortable. When your electronic components start complaining that it's too hot, you gotta start doing something for them. Anyway, just got done cleaning the garage. That's never a fun task. I was throwing some things around trying to make it so that the cars can fit in there better. I mean, it's funny, we have garages, and yet we always stuff them with crap instead of our cars. You know, me, I stuff them with crap and the cars. So, you know, it's a little tight, but you know, it works. I don't like having my vehicles out on the road. You never know what's going to happen. What teenager or hoodlum or whatever is going to get out there and decide they want to mess around with your vehicle. So, I was organizing out there, pulling things out, pushing stuff in. All of a sudden, this lizard, about yay big, just a little one, not too big, comes crawling out from underneath one of my shelving units. Scared the heck out of me, I tell you. You expect a cricket, a spider here and there. You don't expect a lizard yay big coming crawling out at you. But yeah, he startled me. My wife came out with a little pickle jar, picked him up, put him in it, and took him out back and stuck him in the garden. I guess she says he eats bugs, and probably would have been best just to leave him in the garage, but I don't know. Probably safer out back in the garden. Oh well. Well, good news is both cars now fit in there, and you can actually get in both of them on both sides. You know, it used to be you'd have to pull out the car first, and then the passengers could get on their side because it was against the wall. Now you can actually get in the car on both sides without having to worry about it. Oh, joy! The fun of owning a house and dealing with all that. Well, I wanted to tell you about this thing that happened to me this last week. I decided I'd surprise my wife, get a babysitter for the baby. She's not really a baby anymore. She's getting ready to turn 2 years old here in another month or so. So she's getting pretty big. But it's been a long time since I've kind of had a date night with my wife, so I decided to get a babysitter and take her out. We went out to eat, Claim Jumper. I had gotten a $35 gift card from my office for doing some sort of just taking a simple survey, really. It's kind of goofy, but you know, the sad thing about the Claim Jumper is it still cost me about 65 American dollars to eat there. So it's like getting half off of my check, I guess. But it was still nice. But that's not the kicker. When in the world did going to the movies end up costing so much? That's what I want to know. Man, I cannot believe it. We got done with dinner, and there have been a couple of movies. We don't normally get to go to the movies because Jasmine, it's just a kind of a pain. Plus, I hate going to the movies, and there just being so many kids around, and just so many people in general. You know, I think it's much more comfortable to be on your couch with your big screen TV and sitting back with your surround sound and not dealing with the crowds. But when did it become so expensive? I cannot believe it. We got home, we looked online to see what was playing, and I said, "Oh, Night at the Museum. We've been wanting to see that. We haven't seen that yet." And you know, Wednesday night might be a good night to go. You know, everybody's thinking about work and not thinking about going out to the movies. So great. So I go to buy tickets. Cost me nearly $10 a seat. $20 to go see the movie. My goodness, I could wait till it comes out on DVD and buy it. Yeah, I'm sure it won't cost any more than $13 to go buy it in the store. So when did the movies become so outrageous? I mean, shoot. I guess the last time I did go to the movies was on our anniversary back in June a couple years ago. I took her to go see The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy then. It's one of her favorite books by Douglas Adams. And I guess before that, it was a few years back before. If you've seen a pattern here, it means we don't go to the movies that often. But back when we used to go to the movies, we used to be able to go in for all under $10 for the both of us to go see a first-run movie. Yeah. Now, $20 to go see one movie for two people? That's just ridiculous. And don't even get me started if you decide that you want to get popcorn or a drink. They actually gave us 2 free coupons for 2 small popcorns. I said to Carrie, my wife, the only way that we're going to do that is if they give us a free large water to go with those 2 popcorns. Otherwise, we'll be so thirsty by the time we're done. And that's the whole thing. They're expecting, oh yeah, we'll give them a freebie, like a free small popcorn, and then they'll have to spend like $4 or $5 for a small drink or something. Oh man, I can't believe that going to the movies has almost gotten to be as expensive as going out to eat. That's just ridiculous, just to see a freaking movie. No wonder they can say that the movie grossed, so many millions of dollars. It doesn't take that many people to go see the movie to get that. It's crazy. Oh, well. So much for that experience. I guess that's why we don't go to the movies much. I mean, for $20 extra, we get all the premium channels with Dish Network. We get all the Cinemax, the HBOs, the Showtimes, the Encores. We get 50, 60 channels worth of movies. For $20 a month. That's just going to the theater once to see one movie. Oh, well. Well, I hope everybody out there is doing well. I hope it's not too cold up north in the higher country. I was talking with my mother-in-law on Friday, and she was talking about it being snowing in Pennsylvania. And a friend of mine up there was talking to him a little bit later, and he was saying how they might get up to 13 inches. Here I just gotten done, mowing the lawn out back, trying not to get sunburned. We went over to my folks' place yesterday. They had a parade for St. Patrick's Day, and sitting out there in the back of our car waiting for the parade to go by, and broiling. Sweat pouring down my forehead, thinking I'm going to get a little burned. When you live out in the desert, it's hard to believe that up north it's still cold. You don't even think about it. Here I'm trying to keep my lawn from burning. Certain parts of it that are getting full sun already are already starting to get a little yellow, so I'm having to get a little bit extra water and try to figure out what I can do to keep it going. Oh, well. Well, I hope everybody out there is doing well. I hope that my friends in Sweden are keeping warm. Those in the UK, Ireland are doing well, I hope. And those of you in Chicago and other parts of the United States, I hope you're staying warm. I know it's cold. I know you're getting hit with some really chilly weather. I don't mean to rub it in. Talking about the 90s here. That's just the way the ball bounces. I mean, when you guys are going to be enjoying your 70s to 90s weather, that's when I'll be paying for it, because it'll be 120 out here. I remember my first summer, July, they had a record high, some 20 plus days of days over 110 degrees, and most of those days were above 115 degrees. That's not pleasant. You go outside and you're immediately just feeling like you're getting hit with a sauna. The same thing that you get after you've had your stove going at 350 to 425 or something like that, and you go to pull it out, take out your casserole or your cake or something, and you get hit with that hot, dry heat. That's exactly what it's like as soon as you open the front door to your house. You just get blasted. It feels like you've just opened up an oven. And that's when we try to stay inside, turn on the air conditioning. When it's 115, 120 degrees out there, can you imagine how much it costs just to air condition our house? That's what scared me the most that first summer I was here. I'm used to $100 a month for my air conditioning or heating or electricity bill, let's put it that way. In the summertime, our bill that first year we were here got close to $300 for 1 month. And I was keeping my air conditioning at 84. That's not that cold. I can't believe those people who keep their air conditioning at 76 and 74. When it's 115 degrees, you're trying to cool your house by 40 and 50 degree difference. Most of the time they say most air conditioners can only do about 20 to 25 degrees of difference from the outside temperature. It's definitely something to get used to, the summers out here. And it doesn't help either when we have record freezing temperatures this January. I know you guys are saying, "Oh, gee, spin me some more," you poor guy, you're in the 60s most of the winter and you're complaining about some freezing temperatures. Well, it is pretty bad when you spend a lot of money on your outside plants and try to get them going, and then all of a sudden they have record freezes and pretty much destroys all your plant life outside. Luckily, most of the plants out front have come back. We've had to trim out a lot of the dead, but there are some spots. We only lost a few plants out back, but that was sad to see. Anyway, I've rambled enough. I'll try to do another chapter in the Adventures of Prince Edmund here soon. Get that out. About 3 or 4 more chapters till the end of the story. I'm sure some of you are probably going, when is this boring story ever going to end? I've even gotten some ideas for some new stories, but I just never seem to take the time to sit down and write them. I ought to. I don't know. Some people say they enjoy my stories. I don't know how many really do. But I need to write some new material. So I'll try to do that. And until then, we'll talk to y'all later. Have a great day. Bye. Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen. Arrivederci. Whatever you're having, have it. See ya.